What's up, everybody? Welcome to Heads Up Play, episode 35, KD number. Welcome to Heads Up Play, everybody. Joined by my man, you know me, Cowboy. We have Sam, the Sweaty Boy. Sweaty Boy, how are you doing today on this fine Monday afternoon?
Doing pretty good today, cowboy. It's a Monday, so we got started back with work. But hey, you know what? That's fine. Here to talk a little bit of sports with the fine folks of the Heads Up Play family. And we do got to start it off with the A on your hat. As this weekend, one of the top players in the portal, maybe the top big man in the portal, Clifford Amorie from Rutgers, has declared he is transferring to the NATO system with Alabama. And I think it came out Friday that he was within
It
between
was
four
four. It
teams:
was
Alabama, Georgetown,
North
North
Carolina.
Carolina, and who was the other one?
Gotta look. I gotta look. It
It
was,
was it was not it was not quite as big of
was it
a
like
name.
Cincinnati or?
But either way, Alabama gets Clifford, the big red dog. Um, So Nate Oates is really, really cooking, and we'll get into the roster here in a second, but I've been seeing some things. Apparently, he was offered as high as $2 million from one of the other three programs. We know it's likely North Carolina, the other three. Alabama can maybe scrounge up $2 million for a basketball player. I just don't really see it though.
Kansas
Especially
State. Kansas State.
Kansas State. Um, Yeah, Alabama can maybe scrounge up $2 million for for a basketball player. I don't know about that though. Mark Sears ain't even making near that. Um, so it was North Carolina most likely. So for Alabama to beat out a team offering that kind of cash to him, I mean, says a lot for what Nate Oates is doing and what players think of him, and as far as development, playing time, and getting good draft stock. I mean, as far as getting good statistics, rebounds, 3 points, all that good stuff. So, I mean, he's doing a fantastic job, man. And when you look at the roster from Mark Sears on down, it is elite, one of the best you maybe could ever put together.
I mean, the lineup goes as followed. I mean, not including if they go to the draft. You have Mark Sears at the one. You got Grant Nelson, Latrell Wrightsell, Chris Youngblood, Cliff Amorie, Houston Mallett, Jaron Stevenson, Mo Diabate, Aiden Holloway, Darren Reed, Aiden Sherrill, LeBaron Fillin, and Nas Cunningham. I'll tell you what I like about that roster, and I'm big on it. I've been very big on it because, I've never really thought about it, but Calipari, he kind of knocked on the head of it when Oakland beat Kentucky. That's 5 graduate seniors in the starting lineup. Sears at the 1, Reitzel at the 2, Youngblood at the 3, Nelson at the 4, 5, Amorie. I'm just telling you, the most deadly person in that lineup, people say, well, he didn't have that good of a season. Well, because we had him playing out of his position. Grant Nelson at the 4 is going to be deadly. You saw Grant Nelson at the 4 at that run against North Carolina in the Sweet 16. That's what you'll
I-
be getting every game.
If Grant Nelson can have a year that I think a lot of people were hoping he would have in 2024, have that kind of year in 2025, 24/5, he will be unstoppable. The guy was highly touted in the transfer portal last year for a reason, and he showed it in the tournament totally against UNC, might I add. Um, so I mean, if he can have a good year, absolutely. But look, I mean, again, on down, yeah, top 5 all graduates. I mean, that's just insane, and a lot of guys below them who have had great amounts of playing time. I mean, Mo Diabate had some really big moments. Um, Aiden Holloway was
I
often
mean,
a starter at Auburn. I mean,
it's crazy to think LeBaron Fillin, Niles Cunningham, and Aiden Sherrill probably will not play a lot this year.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You
Aiden Sherrill and Darion Reed, by the way, two McDonald's All-Americans who would be easy starters at just about
any of
any other
those the
school.
one any of those I just mentioned, maybe not Mo Diabate would be a starting 5.
Mhm. Yeah, look, this team should be a preseason top 3 team. Would not shock me at all if they were number 1
I've
going
seen
into the
I've seen
season.
I've seen 2. I've seen they've had
You s
Kansas over us. Kansas, understandable. I mean, they did acquire from Alabama Rylan Griffin, which is a good piece to add for them. But I don't know, dude. This team is if we can get Mark Sears back, I think Jaren Stevenson is gonna come back. I don't blame Jaren Stevenson for going to the NBA draft. Find out your stock. I understand that. Mark Sears, it only takes one team. That's what scares me though. It only takes one team.
You're right. It absolutely does. Because his stock may look, he may not have a year as good as he had last year. If he comes back to college, so who knows? He may decide if it's somewhere in the second round, maybe in the third round. Yeah, he probably should go.
And I don't want the new because I mean we are old Alabama basketball fans. I mean I've watched Alabama basketball with Anthony Grant back in the days when we thought we were studs and we lost to Doug McDermott in the tournament against Creighton. Um, do not give up on Nate Oates. You got to remember, just because we have a very talented roster, don't mean that we're going to be in the Final Four.
Yeah, it is
I mean,
incredibly hard
I'm about to
to
say,
make the
like,
Final Four.
this is that type of out of all sports, basketball is that one. You cannot just say, "Well, we got a great roster." That don't mean nothing.
You have to get hot at the right time, and they did that this past season for sure. And you look at some of the most talented teams this past tournament, and they were knocked out. I mean, the most talented team went and won the whole thing back to back, of course. And then you had Purdue, who was also very talented. Now that was
Zach
top
Edey,
heavy talented.
the Badoo Zach Edey Boilermakers.
That was top heavy for sure. But I mean, you look at the Kentuckies, you look at some of the other teams who were, had all these great players and they just fell off because they didn't get hot at the right time or they hit a team that got hot at the right time, like in Alabama. So, but I mean, easily, the goal and the expectation should be
But
regular season SEC champions, SEC tournament champions, and then in the tournament, whatever happens.
I've seen some controversy. People are saying that Alabama has become kind of a unofficial blue blood in basketball. What is your opinion on that? Would who would okay? I ask you a question because I know one school in the state of Alabama has called themselves, and I'm not trying to start trash with Auburn basketball, but they've called themselves an unofficial blue blood. Do I think Bruce Pearl has built a dynasty? Not a dynasty, but has he built a very good program? Yes. Who do you think is more of a blue blood?
Look, and not to be a homer here, and I don't think Alabama. It will take a long time
Oh yeah,
for
yeah.
Alabama
I'm talking about
to.
more of an unofficial, and
Sure,
nobody will
sure,
ever be a.
sure,
If
sure.
there's somebody knocking on the door to be a blue blood, it's UConn.
No, for sure. But I mean, between Alabama and Auburn, even Alabama, we're not going to consider ourselves blue blood status until we have multiple national championships, right? Even one national championship will be like, oh my God, that's fantastic. When the expectation every year is to win a national championship, then you are a blue blood, not hope to make a not to hope, right? But when you compare, and we've talked about this so many times, when you compare the two programs, Alabama and Auburn, within the past 5, 6 seasons, ever
You
since
get
Nate Oates was
you got to
hired,
go to the state of Alabama to win the SEC.
yeah, and Alabama's. I mean, look, I get Auburn made the Final Four, and Bruce Pearl, has done great things there, brought Auburn basketball to heights that it's never been to. But I mean, Alabama has outperformed them in every aspect since then.
I
I mean,
mean,
yes, like there more SEC regular season champions, more SEC tournament champions, got a Final Four, and all the other years they've outperformed in the tournament as well. So, I mean, it's Alabama. It's really Alabama in the SEC right now, and then maybe Tennessee, Kentucky, Arkansas,
no, I won't
Florida,
even.
Auburn.
I'd probably go Arkansas over Tennessee. I'm telling you, I think John Calipari. I don't know if you've seen. He is building a roster right now in
Yeah, no,
Arkansas
oh,
with full of
easily,
seniors.
easily. Yeah, it looks like he's gotten some new blood and maybe a change of mindset since going to Arkansas.
Very
Maybe this one
excited
and
to see
done.
how
Yeah.
Arkansas does this year.
But yeah, so that's college basketball. Very excited as we get in. Look, we're in the off season now. It's going to be quite a while. We got till November. So,
One more
uh,
question to you. He's 2 for 2 right now. Willie. Willie got he got what's the dude's name? Ryan Williams in football, and you got Cliff. Is Willie Roll Tide Willie? Is he the best recruiter in Alabama history?
Look, all right. I understand that a lot of Alabama
Dual
fans are
sport.
tired of this guy. I understand they're tired, and I understand why, right? Because he is all over the place. He's all over Twitter videos, all over Instagram, TikTok. He's meeting with the football team. He's doing these social media stuff. You can't tell me it ain't working. You cannot tell me it
It's
ain't
all over
working.
the social media. I mean, I would give Kalen DeBoer credit. He has done so well by going out and meeting the public, getting on Paul Feinbaum, going to the mullet toss. I mean, Nate Oates went there too, but going to mullet toss. Um, he's done going to all these golfing tournaments. He has done so very well trying to get the people behind him because he knows if he loses 2 games in the season, it's over. But he has done so very well with meeting the public. Kudos.
I thought to go back on Clifford one more time. I thought the promotional stuff with him was perfect. Um, whoever the coach is,
It
the
was a
basketball
it was
coach,
Preston Murphy. It was
Preston Murphy, who is like a total Twitter troll. He's pretty funny. He posted something. It was like top. It was some list or something like recruiting rankings or something for college basketball, and he did that like look in the top right corner. Okay, now look at number 15, and then and then with the video of Willie sitting in his office watching Clifford, he said, I just watching cartoons. Clifford.
what Willie. Yes.
Yes. But no, I'm with you. I think I
He's-
really don't. I don't hate Willie. I don't love him.
I don't see why not use him as a recruiting tool. Like kind of
Yeah.
like
Now
like
I
if a
don't. I
kid
don't.
comes to visit, like Willie's gonna be in Tuscaloosa
Yeah.
regardless. I
Now
mean,
I don't necessarily know about like putting him on the jumbotron at games or something and stuff like that, or putting him on like programs. But I mean, if it's helping him bring in recruits, I mean, for all means, you hire him as the director.
do I say you put Willie on when Georgia comes to town? Probably not. But when we're playing like I don't know USF, at put them on
Sure,
then. You know what I'm saying? A
sure,
smaller game.
sure.
Don't do it to where a team that could beat us, like it pisses them off.
I just when I used to go to games, say 8, 9 years ago, and before that, before Scott Cochran went to Georgia, he would always be on the jumbotron, especially when became
The
fourth
fourth
quarter. He'd
quarter.
go yeah 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 yeah, and he would get all the crowd fired up. I really hope they just don't. Let's let Willie do that.
Blizz, Bama. Yes. I love the
So
Tide. I love the Tide. What's he do?
you
He's
you know what I've noticed, and I've noticed it with him and a lot of country Alabama fans. They don't pronounce it Crimson Tide.
how do they say it?
It's CRISM.
Christen.
Crimson Tide. The Alabama Crimson Tide.
I just love when it's so sad, but when Bama lost the Final Four and we lost Nick Saban, he was in. I love him. I love him. He's my coach. He's my coach. I love them boys. I love them boys.
Barefoot in the middle of the woods. Where are
Now,
you at, Willie? Shit.
with it.
All
Now let's.
right, so just to
I
move on a little bit. So today I watched, and I think you watched it last night while it was live.
I was like 30, 45 minutes behind. I haven't finished it because it's 3 hours long,
Ooh,
but
it is
I've se-
long.
I've seen the good. I've seen about. I have like an hour left.
So, all right. So, the roast of Tom Brady, the Netflix roast of Tom Brady. Now, you and I are big roast fans, if I do believe so myself. Now, I'm a
Love.
roast fan.
I love roast. Jeff Ross, the roast master. That dude
The
is
roast master
so.
general, he'll hilarious. Now, he's known for nothing other than the roast. Like,
I
I don't.
understand. Like they joke about like, yeah, Jeff, you're so broke, man. All you do is the roast. Like it is. That's all he
That's
does.
literally all he does. Um, but hilarious. We had not had a roast, I believe, since 2018 on Comedy Central. Comedy Central used to do all the roasts,
I want to say
but
there was. I thought there was one the other day, but continue. Let me look.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was 2018 or somewhere around there. Um, I forgot who it was.
It might have been Justin Bieber because he's had one.
No, it was after that one. Let me look up real quickly. Roast.
Those I'm gonna tell you, man, I love the roast.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a comedy guy. I love the roast of Bruce Willis. I
That's
believe
who
was
it
the last one.
was.
Um, which was like, why are you roasting Bruce Willis? So, Comedy Central had some weird ones,
Like
like
David
Bruce Willis,
Spade.
David Spade, Bob Saget, Flava Flav. You remember that one? The
It
roast
was
of Flava
Alec
Flav.
Baldwin was the last one.
Yeah, you and I are not big Alec Baldwin
It
fans.
was the weirdest roaster. It was Robert De Niro, Blake Griffin, Caitlyn Jenner, Chris Redd, Jeff Ross, of course, Ken Jeong, Nikki Glazer, Caroline Ray, Adam Carolla, and Ireland Baldwin.
Yeah, that's a weird one. They probably got low ratings on that one. Probably decided, look, with the PC stuff going on, we're just not
I'm
going to
gonna
do
tell you,
roasts anymore.
Justin Bieber one is probably besides last night. That was my favorite one.
The Pete Davidson set on Justin Bieber's might be my favorite of all time.
Yeah,
Now it's dark,
it's dark.
but it is
It's
hilarious.
dark. So who was your favorite last night on Tom Brady's roast? I mean, there was plenty of. I've never seen a roast this long.
So now you still have about an hour left.
I know who all the roasters
All right,
were.
so my personal favorite, Nikki Glazer, is
She
a
was.
fantastic roaster. She's done a lot of them. She was hilarious. Jeff Ross was hilarious. He's always hilarious. Now he usually goes last.
I know.
Oh, he went first this time, which was like, okay,
I
interesting.
thought Kevin Hart was pretty funny.
Kevin was funny.
he made
He
me
was
laugh.
very carefree. Um, but I think the funniest, and he actually wasn't sitting. I don't know if you've gotten to him yet.
I know who you're talking about. I what's
Tony Hitchcliff,
yeah, that dude
the
went
host of the Kill
in.
Tony podcast,
He went in.
he cracked me up. He is hilarious. I don't really. I've watched a little bit of the Kill Tony podcast.
I
I
see
see
it
some
on.
clips of it.
I see the clips on TikTok. Yeah,
He was hilarious to me. He was just hitting everybody really quickly. But and some dudes, I don't want to say anybody bombed.
Randy Moss.
Hey, Randy Moss probably poor Randy Moss. He
Randy
just
Moss only the only thing I liked when he goes to Tommy is why the f did we not cheat when I was there?
that was it. He just
That
felt
was
like
funny. That was it.
yeah. Surprisingly,
Julian
s-
Edelman.
Julian Edelman was hilarious, and Drew Bledsoe I thought was
Drew
really
Blake. I
funny.
love Drew Bledsoe. Ron Burgundy was pretty good. I mean, he got everybody to say, all right, on the count of three. Everybody say it with me. Eli Manning made Tom Brady his bitch. I mean, I lost it on that one. But my favorite joke of the night was Nikki Glazer when she says, "Congratulations to Tom." Oh no. When she said, "Tom, you lost $20 million in a crypto scam." Even Gronk knew. He said, "Me even know that's not real money."
that was probably the best joke of the night. I mean, I fell out of my seat at that one. Kevin Hart,
he was.
it was a weird mix because you usually don't really see celebrities like comedians and movie stars in the same room as superstar athletes. Like you really don't ever see that.
I'm gonna tell you who they went after last night. Probably more than Tom Brady, and that's Aaron Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez and Bill Belichick. Oh, he caught the heat, and he was a good sport about it. He was a good sport.
He was, but Aaron Hernandez, there was a lot of like just my favorite one. It started off. I knew it was gonna start off with a bang when Jeff Ross is in a OJ Simpson jersey. He says, Aaron Hernandez says, "Hey from hell." I was like, "Oh God."
Uh, I think the names mentioned the most, or the most jokes made about, were Aaron Hernandez, Giselle Bundchen,
And her
and
karate kid.
and Karate Kid, and Bill Belichick, and a little bit of Robert Kraft in there. A lot of Robert
I'm
Kraft
I'm
jokes.
gonna tell you when Tom did get mad last night. I thought he was gonna be a little bit
He
soft
did.
when Jeff goes. He goes, "You made the best decision in your life. Do you want a massage? You want a massage?" And then Tom walks in there. Hey man, don't you say that shit again. I thought, oh my god, he's about to be soft. He's about to be
He
soft.
took it fine the rest of the night. Did you see Gronk's
I have
set?
not seen Gronk's. Is it
Oh
good?
my goodness. J- there are funny parts, but then there's also parts where he like tries a little bit too hard to be funny. You can definitely tell Gronk probably should have gone a little bit earlier because he had some alcohol in his system when he went up. I mean, you will be able to tell. Like he was, I don't know. It was just odd watching his set for sure.
I mean,
He's an odd dude.
Nikki Glazer to me though the whole time. I mean, she goes, "Congratulations, Tom, on winning your eighth ring." I mean, it was the ring that Giselle gave back to you, but congratulations on winning 8 rings. I just thought that. I mean, she killed it. I mean, she usually does a lot of roast, but I've never seen her be that funny in a roast.
So which athlete did the best?
Either Drew Bledsoe or give
Or
me Julian
Julian
Edelman.
Edelman? I thought Julian Edelman's when my two favorites jokes from both of them were actually the Kevin Hart jokes. Drew Bledsoe getting up there saying, because what did he say? He said, "That's the whitest name
You
since
know,
Kevin."
it's Kevin. Yeah.
And then Julian Edelman, he goes, "Kevin, I'm not gonna make jokes about you because you're short. I'm gonna make black jokes.
No, there was
You're
one joke.
blacker."
There was one joke that he said about Aaron Hernandez. I'm not going to repeat it because it's really bad, but you know which one I'm talking about. The one about Gronk. He goes, but the other tied in, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Look, it was good to have a roast. Like I said, I loved the roast, and this one was a long one. I thought
Tom
Netflix
Brady
did a
was
pretty
pretty
good.
funny too, though.
He
I liked when he
was.
said, and I looked at Gronk and I only told him 3 rules: catch, block, don't murder.
Now, did you know that Peyton Manning comes in for a surprise appearance?
I do not. It was. He must not been good because I've not seen any clips.
No, he was pretty good. He was pretty good.
I'm about to say, but the number one clip I've seen is like that dude you said, "Don't kill Tony," whatever his
Mhm.
name is. He's blown up. He's blown up. But
Yeah, he's
apparently, Aaron
hilarious.
Hernandez, ex fiance, I guess now, she came out and is upset, saying these people made fun of my ex
I
fiance.
saw
I
that.
mean, explain it to my 11-year-old daughter, whose hero is her father.
I saw someone say, "When do they find out what what her dad did?"
I'm about to say, I'm not trying to tell someone how to parent, but you might need to tell your kid to change heroes. I mean, that's like almost saying, yeah, my hero is OJ Simpson. I like the. I mean, come on.
She's living off the Swamp King's version of Aaron
I
Hernandez.
mean, come on. And it wasn't even great then. It wasn't even great then. But let's move on. Where's it at? I gotta change the gears because we gotta talk about them because my God, they tick me off. You ready?
It's been a tough
What the
week.
hell are we doing?
It's been, you know, I'm gonna be honest. I actually really only watched maybe a
Sundays.
few hours of Braves games. I didn't even watch on Sunday. The Braves have just kind of put me down. Like I don't really feel like watching no more
We got
games.
outscored 20-6.
Look, and the Dodgers are a great team. We knew that, but the Braves just are
Share
not
yeah,
playing
pardon my language.
up to standard.
He made us look like his bitch. Him and Teoscar Hernandez.
And Max Muncy.
Oh, Max Muncy slapped us. I mean,
So yeah, tough road trip. 1-5 on the West Coast road trip. You lose the series to Seattle, and then you get swept by the
what
Dodgers.
are we doing? Our 3 batters batting 237 and our 4 batters batting 197 with our leadoff batting 268 MVP. What are we doing?
Something's got to change. I don't know if there needs to be a lineup change or something. You can't just sit here and say, well, they'll figure it out because they may, but I mean, this is a tighter division race than what we had last year. We kind of ran away with it last year. The Phillies are good.
They're in the process of running away with it right now. They're up. I want to say 2.5.
That's ridiculous.
3. They won today. They won today. They're up 3. They're up 3 games.
Yeah, we need to figure it out ASAP, and it's those top hitters. I mean, Matt Olson has to figure it out. Ronald
I mean,
Acuna Jr. has to figure it out. Yes, he had a home run, his second of the year. Congratulations,
with this
Ronald.
record of 9-8 on away games, that's pitiful.
Absolutely, absolutely pitiful. And it comes down to pitching. It really doesn't come down to pitching. Actually, it comes down to offense. Let me reroute. because you've got guys performing in the order. We've always said with the Braves the past few years is the lineup is so good top to bottom, right? Oh yeah, you got the top three guys, Acuna, Olson, Riley, and then the rest of the order is still fantastic, right? Darno, Murphy, Arcia, Harris, Jared Kelnick. Okay, but the top of the order, the ones that we
I'm
said
gonna say, I mean,
are not performing.
the ones getting paid to do it, they're not doing nothing. They're doing absolutely nothing. I mean, for a team that led the league in home runs last year, we are 15th. We're no, not 15th, 18th with only 32 home runs. And the Baltimore has 54.
Yeah, for I don't know what the issue is. I don't know if Kevin Seitzer's trying something out differently or what. I really don't know. And it doesn't help that there's been some unfortunate injuries with Spencer Strider. Pierce Johnson goes
I
down
mean,
this week for at
it's
least a
one
couple weeks.
it's one of those things. I hate we've had the same lineup for the last 3 years. Let's throw someone new in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. We gotta get it figured up. I mean, I wish Snicker would get tossed. Like, put some energy into the team.
I think that's the main thing is they just don't really seem energized. Like they seem kind of dead. They don't they get to second base and they do. Okay, come on. Can we have a little bit more
I mean, we used to
fire?
have the coolest one in with that, and then what was last year?
Last year, what was last year's? I can't remember. Oh, the thumbs up. The thumbs up. That one was kind of lame, but it was a thumbs up. The chop was the best, and the eat it up.
The child, I don't know why. I hate how do I say this? We've had the same team for the last 3 years. Why are we replacing the celebration every year?
I don't get that. I'm really not sure. Yeah, you should stick to the one that won you the World Series, huh?
You would think, but it's not. It's everybody. Everybody has a new celebration every year.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, going back to the lineup, like when your best hitters are Marcelo Zuna and Travis Darno.
Shit. And people will say, "Well, we would have been this mad with Sean Murphy." Come on.
Come on, Sean Murphy was playing worse than what Travis Darno was doing the second half of the season. Yeah, he was fantastic first half of the season. I don't know, man. I mean, they've got to figure it out, and I'm sure that they will, hopefully. But I mean, I think that this comes down to just the expectations that were put on the Braves, and they just aren't living up to it. And that's been the Braves' mo ever since we won the World Series in 2021. When the expectation is to do something, they cannot live up to it. When
Yep.
the expectation is,
Let me
whatever,
just tell you,
they exceed them.
we're not gonna make a move at trade deadline. We never do.
If we do, it'll be for some junk ball pitcher like a Jake Odorizzi or something like that. I don't see us getting an offensive uh, player to help us out.
Unless we go ham again in the trade deadline, but I mean, we don't have those positions available to go ham like we did in 2021.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, I can look real quickly at the standings. You said we're 3 games back right now from the
Yep.
Phillies. We sure are. That is unbelievable. Now the Phillies have played a number of more games than us, so keep that in mind. But I mean, 20-12. That's still a good record. But I mean, yeah, 9-8 on the road. That doesn't cut it. And the Phillies have benefited from playing some pretty bad
Pretty bad
competition.
teams, yeah.
I mean, if we look right now, um, I can get their schedule pulled up. So in the month of April, they had Cincinnati, 3-game series with Washington, 3-game
Yeah.
series with St. Louis, then 4-game with Pittsburgh, 3-game with Colorado, 3-game with the White Sox. They tie a series with Cincinnati, finally some good competition. Then they play an underperforming Padres team, which they sweep, and now they're playing, or then they played the Angels, who are the Angels, and now they're playing the Giants. So they have played some pretty mediocre games, that's for sure. Um, they've benefited off that though, but they've won the games that they're supposed to win, and we have not.
No, we have not. No, not at all.
I
I do
mean,
want to
we
get
we, and we went 1-1 against the White Sox.
I do want to give a shout out to a team from the American League, and that's the Real Life Oakland Athletics. They are 17-18. I never would have thought they'd have that kind of record.
They are kind of performing. Maybe they're trying to say something to Old John Fisher,
Major
who
League,
knows?
Major League,
Major
dude.
League,
Major
Major League.
League,
That
man.
that it is the real life Major League. All right, so I think that does it for our Braves discussion. Give me an update on the NBA playoffs that's going on right
So
now.
we are in. Let me find the rounds. We are in the second round. You had this Thunder sweep the Pelicans, of course. I mean, I hate it for the South team, but so right now you have the Thunder one seed playing the Mavericks. They have not played yet. You have the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. Timberwolves beat them in game one. Love that because I just like Anthony Edwards. I mean, it's almost mind blowing to me how Georgia went 15-15 when he was there. I mean, he's just a stud. You got Cleveland versus Boston and the Pacers versus the Knicks. You heard those matchups? If you could predict the finals matchup from listening to those four series, who would be your finals matchup after seeing everybody how they did the first round?
Give me the Knickerbockers, as Ron Burgundy would say. I'm just kidding. No, I'm gonna go with the Celtics and the Nuggets.
Oh wow! Even okay, okay. Give me I don't know if they can beat the Nuggets, but I really like the Timberwolves. But give me the Mavericks over the Thunder and give me the Nuggets over the Timberwolves and the Nuggets in the championship. Give me the Knicks
The Knickerbockers.
in the finals.
Okay.
I like the Knicks in the final. They manhandled Philadelphia. Um but and give me the Nuggets to win it still.
Interesting to see.
I'm changing
Man,
my
the
pick
NBA
because I've
playoffs.
had the Celtics and Nuggets all year, but I'm changing my pick to Knicks and
All right. I think that does it here for a minute. Do you have a question of the day, Cowboy?
yes. Can you tell me who has the best milkshake from a fast food chain?
All right.
Does not include Dairy Queen.
Does not include Dairy Queen.
I
All
mean,
right.
their specialty is
Okay. The best milkshake from a fast food joint. Chick-fil-A has a really good one. I like a Chick-fil-A, but the best. Now I'll give you two answers here. I give a lot of two answers when it comes to food. National, I'll go Chick-fil-A. All right. But you and I are some Alabama boys.
Jax.
You can't beat a Jack's milkshake. I mean, that thing is
I knew
thicker
exactly what you.
than a Snicker.
It's thicker than
Boy,
Sydney Sweeney.
I remember I got my wisdom teeth taken out, and my dad took me to get a Jack's milkshake. I mean, just because it's Jack's milkshake, you can put the straw, the big old straw they give you for a Jack's milkshake. Put that thing in the cup, and you will suck that thing. It takes forever to
It
get that
does.
milk, but you got to work for it, and that work pays off, dude. What about you?
My two favorite is the cookies and creams from Chick-fil-A. You cannot beat the cookies and cream from Chick-fil-A. And give me a Shake Shack milkshake.
I like a Shake Shack. I like a Shake Shack. I
Shake
just don't
Shack
have Shake Shack all that much.
Shake Shack milkshake to me is that perfect good temperature. Like you said, you don't have to suck it down to get the milkshake. It's like all you do is like you just it's one sip and it's there.
Now let me give you one, and they're testing it out. It went away for a long time, but people like myself have been fighting for it to come back.
Is it a McRib?
No, every day, every day. I'm not playing. Every day after school, my senior year of high school, Collier, Alabama had a still has a Zaxby's. I would go to Zaxby's and I would get their birthday cake
I
milkshake.
have tried that. It is pretty good.
And now they got rid of it, and I want to say in like 2016 or 17, something like
Yeah,
that. It's been away for a
I was
long
a
time.
senior in high school when they took it away.
It was so good, John Rivers, and they would give you could a chocolate whipped cream on top. Oh my god, you couldn't beat it. And for whatever reason, they took it away. But I have been hearing rumblings that they are testing it back out in some Georgia markets. So maybe we'll see. Maybe we'll see
Oh,
again.
Maybe we'll find one when we go to the Braves game in 2
Oh,
weeks.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Lindsay, my fiance, is going out to a Braves game tomorrow for the softball
Ah,
team. They're taking a little team trip to Atlanta before going to the SEC tournament in Auburn.
I got invited to go to a work trip. Not my company, but a vendor invited us to go Wednesday to watch the Braves in the Home Depot thing and the outfield.
Oh, wow.
But I
That's
mean,
coan.
I I mean, that's I can go on a Wednesday night to Atlanta just for a game and then drive back. I can't do that, but I thought it was cool. But yeah, guys, we're going mobile. By the way, heads up play is going mobile for the Braves Padres May 19th.
18th, I believe.
18th.
18th. So yeah, guys, I think that does it. Episode 35. As always, be sure to like, subscribe, give us a comment. What do you think about Clifford Amore at Bama? What do you think they should be ranked preseason? What do you think about the roast of Tom Brady? Who is your favorite roaster?
What
And
what's your favorite milkshake? Let us
what's
know.
your favorite milkshake?
My
Do you
milkshake
like
brings
milkshake?
other boys to the yard.
Maybe you're lactose intolerant. Who knows? Maybe you like a smoothie. But as always, be sure to like, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever you want to call it, and Instagram. We're moving on up on all those. Everybody, heads up, play out of here.
See